Hey guys, Ridiculous Badger coming at you from Planet 545. Doing a vid today about farming event monsters. Why it's super duper important, even if you've already got the event gear and you're not going for any more gear. In the current event that we have, which is the Armageddon event, where you could get the Apocalyptor, the Eternal Barrier, or the Devastation helmet for that Armageddon hull. That current event that we have, you can farm the demon ships or ghost ships, whatever the hell they are, for antimatter, and you could use that antimatter in getting pure crystals. Each pure crystal is essentially worth $10 worth of unlimited crystals. The catch is, yeah, you're just going to need one antimatter, but you need Eternal Fire, right? We're only going to get 3 from this event, so if you want to really, really farm this event, you're going to need to farm a ton of antimatter, because 10 of them are going to turn into an Eternal Fire along with 10 Cosmic Crystals. So, by the way, don't fall for the 100,000 melange. That's a cash grab. The devs would rather have you get the melange and then spend money on unlimited crystals, but you guys are smarter than that. So, I, in general, have a map that I use whenever an event with monsters comes up. And it could be a little bit different each event. Like, I noticed, and this is just what I've noticed from one drop, it looks like there's not as much monsters as, like, say, a Skywalker event, or, like, during the holiday events, there's a ton of monsters. So I made this map for my guildmates during a Skywalker event, and it shows kind of my path through the map, and what I try to hit first, and then what I go back for later. So the higher level monsters are not always, like, right by Centikin, although that's where people seem to hang out and wait for them. They're usually some tiles out. So on this map, I've got red is my top priority, then I go along the green path, and then if I got time and gold to spend, and I really, and it's like really, really worth it, then I'll go around to the orange. But it seems like in this event, the orange, my orange rings, and even like towards the end of the green, it's not so applicable. So why don't let's start with red, which is that box around Centikin. I just tried tapping on it like it's a real map. It's not, it's a picture. So, in general, I'll try to go for these 4 corners of the red box and try and get as many 5s and 6s as I can here. And then I will move to like that blue ring. And what I'll do is I'll try, like, circling Centikin, and if the rewards are worth it, I will gold jump. If the rewards are not worth it, then I might pick, like, half the map or a quarter of the map and try and clear as much as I can, before eventually, by the time I get down to, like, the green triangular area, which is where, like, the bulk of the 3s and 4s are, I'll probably just sit at, like, the intersection of, like, one of those blue lines and the inside of one of the green triangles, and, you know, just clear a bunch. Then maybe I'll gold warp to another spot. So if you're looking for, like, an optimal location, I would say equidistant between my blue ring and my red ring is a spot where you will get access to 5s and 6s. You won't be able to get a ton of them because other people are going to be working on them. You'll get access to 3s and 4s, and you'll even be able to start off with your 1s and 2s if you haven't done it already, because we've only had one drop, and I don't know, for me it was 4 in the morning, and it's always fun, but some of these events, like, you could farm monsters the entire day. People just don't do it, and you get a ton of rewards, and you kind of need it. The late game is not about raiding. Late game is just about event optimization, so if you're not doing it, you are missing out. One last thing that I want to touch on is how to farm level 6 monsters. A lot of people in my guild will ask, like, hey, what's the formation for level 6 monsters? Or for whatever monster. And the most important thing to do, guys, is scout. You gotta scout. And there's a few things that you're looking for when you scout, which is, number one, what's the level of the monster? And here you can see the level 6 monster is max. My commander is also max. But a max enemy defending is always going to go first. So whenever the enemy is going to go first, and you want to put one slot, your first slot, you want that to be rangers. And you want it to be one ranger so that the enemy kills the stack and you go right away with your second full stack. Now this is T9 because I'm lazy, but you want to be using T7 or higher. You can use T6, but you're going to have high enough leadership, and you're going to have to one slot bust it with slots 2 and 5. But you can do it. With T7, you'll be okay. Slots 4 and 5 are going to be one of your T7, just to dodge. Slots 2 and 5 are going to be your stacks, and slots 1 and 3 are going to be your rangers. The reason that slot 3 is a ranger is because it will bring on your slot 4 and 5 turn quicker, as it's going to get hit by the enemy, especially as it's probably going to use Awakening, and the enemy will probably clear your slot 1 and 3 at the same time. What you are trying to do is bring on slot 2 and slot 5's attack as quickly as possible. Now, this is a low leadership commander, so it's actually not a wonderful example. If this were like my Stella, it wouldn't go on this long. But that's the theory behind it. And I'll go through it one more time, just so I could talk through it here. Let's go through it one more time. So, slot 1 gets killed. That means I get an attack with my full stack on slot 2, which is what I want. Then, the enemy slot 3 goes, killing my ranger, bringing on my slot 4. Then goes my slot 5, which is my stack again. And if that were a decent-sized stack, that would have been the kill right there. Alright guys, hope you have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the event, and wish you happy every day.